Hey folks, Marshall here. You are riding with Marshall again. Right into the Colorado sunrise. And I'm on my way to work. Wishing I wasn't facing directly into the sun while riding on this dirt road. But I know this road and it doesn't really have too much in surprises for me. So, why are you riding with Marshall on his way to work? Well, I just wanted to talk about the perfect motorcycle. Now, if you are cruiser class, then your idea of the perfect motorcycle will be, well, a used Harley due to price, or a used Indian. And you'll just call it done. Oh, well, after you, hopefully you buy one with somebody else already fronting the $2,500 to make the Harley more comfortable and to customize it. But for a lot of us that have been through the whole cruiser thing, and we want something that can, oh, I don't know, tackle a dirt road on the way to work, like this one. A little washboard going on right there. Then what we really want is something, I want the manufacturers to tune in on this. I mean, I know they won't. I'm just a small fish in a big sea of YouTube people. The bike I'm on is not what I'm going to call the perfect bike, but it's a lot closer. Here's what we want. Most of us that have been through the cruiser class and are now wanting something that can do a little off-road, we don't necessarily need something that can run the day car. We don't necessarily need something that can do jumps and do single track. There are bikes for that. What we want is what I'm doing right now. Something I can take on and off pavement that gets good gas mileage, that isn't top heavy. Oh, by the way, there's the mountains. See the mountains? Okay. It's 40 degrees and I'm wearing my heated gloves because this bike doesn't have a heated seat or heated grips. But I also didn't pay $27,000 for it. But what were we looking for? And tell me if I'm wrong. We want a bike under 600 pounds. We want a bike with shaft drive, so we don't have to lift it up all the time. To do chain maintenance. Well, this road got rough. They've had construction trucks all along it. We want a bike. You know, half the bikes out there, more than half now, are ride-by-wire. So there's very little excuse to have a ride-by-wire bike that doesn't have cruise control. Now, I've got on my handle grips here a little throttle lock. But when you're going uphill, you're still going to lose speed. A throttle lock does not keep your speed. All it does is it keeps a throttle position. If you're riding in gusty winds, that's not going to keep your speed. I would actually very happily take this NC700 across country if I had a cruise control and a shaft drive. So I'm not the guy out there at the hotel tightening my chain halfway through my trip. Now we're starting to describe a BMW here because the GS's, which are not, well, they're around 600 pounds, but they're not under it. They have heated grips, heated seat, if you get the package, and they have a shaft drive. They're not exactly affordable. So, manufacturers, let's back up and say, give us a sub 600 pound bike with shaft drive, heated grips, heated seat for $15,000 or less. Now, the first one to come up with that bike is going to sell the snot out of them. And give us something else that even a standard BMW GS doesn't give you. A windshield that works. Now the GS Adventure, its windshield works decently. This might take a minute. Morning commute again. The standard GS windshield, I found it to be deficient. I would have had to add on to it to give actual wind blockage. So the wish list goes on. And I'm going to keep reinforcing it as we go. I want a bike under 600 pounds that can do off-road to a degree. I want a heated seat and heated grips. At least the heated grips. I don't much care about the seat, but the heated grips for sure. Come on. We all want that. I want cruise control. How hard is that? Even the Moto Guzzi has cruise control. And therein lies one of the bikes. So we're talking about the middleweight class, and you have the Moto Guzzi V85 TT. That is the only bike with a shaft drive in the sub 600 category that's also an adventure bike. There's another one that is over 600 that a lot of us have looked at, and I'm still looking at it. And that would be the Honda VFR 1000X, or VFR 1200X. Sorry, my coffee hasn't kicked in yet. And I'll bet this light doesn't even see me. Oh, and another thing! How about the bike come with engine guards? So we don't have to pay $700 to put them on. Now, I didn't pay that for this. I paid on Amazon. I found a great cheap set. But, come on. If you buy a normal, the standard BMW GS, you're going to spend $900 plus tax to put engine guards on it. If you buy the BMW variety, which I would not do. But if you're going to sell an adventure bike, it should have guards and it should have some luggage. So I'm going to drive off the dealership on an adventure bike and have nowhere to put the paperwork they gave me? It's like, come on. If you're going to sell an adventure bike, give us at least a tail bag. It doesn't have to be a big, tall tail case that fits 2 helmets. Just give us something along with the bike. Maybe we'll take it off and put it on something bigger, but some luggage would be nice to have. This is the little town of Timnath we're going through right now, and it's rapidly growing. Not that you can tell from Main Street, but all around it subdivisions are springing up like weeds. And before you know it, this road is going to be just packed with cars in the next 5 years as everybody tries to go to work at the same time. I'm actually a little bit early today because I'm on a bike. I see something glinting over there. Is it a train? No, it's a box. All right. And another thing we want. Okay, all these ride modes that bikes come with, I don't know that we really need a lot of it. I mean, if it's raining, are you going to remember to put your bike in rain mode? Or are you going to completely forget you have a rain mode because you're thinking about the rain and just ride it without rain mode? Well, for those of us that grew up when dinosaurs roamed the earth and the world was black and white, we didn't have any modes. You rode your bike in any weather just the way it was. I'll bet I'm at another one of those lights that isn't going to pick me up. Fortunately, I got people coming in those lanes that will trigger it. But we want a bike that's fuel efficient. Like, I could get a Honda VFR 1200X and get maybe 40 miles to the gallon. Or I can ride this one and get a very nice 50 to 60. Yoo-hoo, green light. Thank you.
So, the perfect motorcycle. Does the perfect motorcycle exist? Not that I've found. Although, as you saw from the list, a BMW GS gets mighty close. The Moto Guzzi V85 TT is on the right track as well, although it's not water cooled, and I don't know how it does at highway speeds. What am I missing here? Well, I don't have a shaft drive. So missing a shaft drive is kind of a bummer, because I also don't have a center stand. And with no center stand, that makes maintenance a little more difficult. I actually have to lay on the ground to oil my chain half the time. I do have a nice engine though, and I've got DCT. And for those of you that haven't tried DCT, you really should. I don't have cruise control. As I pointed out, I have a little lever over here, but that's it. I do have built-in storage. Come around. At least the NC series of bikes has their gas in the back, and it's also fuel efficient, getting 60 miles to the gallon. Oh crap. How'd you hobble in there? Well, you're gonna have to stay in there until we get home. All right, one little peeky. I'm sorry, you gotta go back in. Anyway, people, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below if you have found the perfect bike that I'm looking for.